Scene 7. Lights up on the doctor's office. Blanche and Bill sit waiting for the doctor. They are nervous, afraid. Blanche more so than Bill. The doctor enters.
Hello, Mr. Russell. How are you feeling today?
I'm pretty good, Doc. And I told you, call me Bill. This is my wife, Blanche.
Hello, Mrs. Russell. It is nice to meet you.
Likewise, Doctor, and please call me Blanche.
Okay, Blanche. Bill, please take a seat. I'm sure you have questions now that you've had a chance to process everything.
Thank you, Doctor. Perhaps you could start by telling us about treatment. What do we need to do for Bill to be cured?
Yes, of course.
Lights shift. Blanche rises and steps downstage. Bill and the doctor freeze dimly lit, but still visible.
It was 3 days after Bill showed me his test results that we met with the doctor together. The doctor explained the disease. There was no medication. The treatment was fresh air, sunshine, good nutrition, and bed rest. Bill and I learned that he could be admitted to a sanatorium for treatment, but the doctor made it clear that it could take months or years for Bill to recover, if he recovered at all. I sat there listening. I felt so numb. I couldn't imagine a week without Bill, much less months or years apart. I looked out the window as the doctor spoke. The air was thick with dust.
As Blanche continues, haze seeps from the window and slowly covers the stage.
The doctor's words kept ringing in my ears. The only treatment is fresh air, sunshine, good nutrition, and bed rest. Fresh air, sunshine, good nutrition, bed rest. Fresh air, sunshine, good nutrition, and bed rest. Fresh air, fresh air, fresh air.
Haze from the window has now filled the stage. Lights out. Scene 8. Lights up on the flat. Blanche is putting dinner plates on the table.
Supper is ready.
Okay, I'll wash up.
Okay.
Blanche goes to the icebox and gets milk in 2 glasses and pours milk for both of them. She brings the milk to the table and sits. Bill comes back from the washroom and sits at the table with Blanche.
Milk?
The doctor said good nutrition.
You know I hate milk.
It's good for you.
They stare at each other. Bill takes a small sip of the milk and gives a half smile to Blanche. She does not smile back. She turns her attention to her food. They eat in tense silence.
This meatloaf is very good. Did you do something different to it tonight?
Without looking at him,
Nope.
Well, it's delicious.
they eat in silence. After a moment, Bill pushes down his knife and fork. He looks exhausted. He pushes his chair back from the table.
More peas?
No, thank you. I'm not very hungry.
The doctor said you need good nutrition. You should eat more greens.
I heard the doctor, but I'm not hungry.
Greens are important. Peas are green.
I know, Blanche. I'm just tired.
Well, maybe if you eat some greens, you won't be so tired.
Bill takes another bite of peas.
Happy?
1 bite of peas. Yes, I'm so happy. That will cure you for sure.
Blanche, one meal isn't going to make a difference. You heard the doc. It is going to take time. Yes, I need to eat well, but it will take time.
I know it will take time, but I can take care of you.
You have the show to think about. You have rehearsals for the next show during the day and performances at night. It makes the most sense for me to go to the sanatorium to recover.
Why are you so insistent on leaving me? I'm your wife. I can take care of you.
I'm gonna let my health stand in the way of your dreams. You were glowing the other night after the show. I've never seen you so happy. You were made to be a star. I've known that our whole lives.
I don't care. That's not what's important. I want to be with you. I can take care of you.
He looks at her. It is torture for him to see her so upset.
Okay. I won't go to the sanatorium. I'll stay here.
No, that won't work. I told you, we can't stay here.
You are not leaving the show.
Blanche crosses to the window. The air outside of it is hazy with dust.
Look at the air. Does that look like fresh air to you? Does that look like the air that will heal you? The doctor said you need to get out of the city. He said many people have had great recovery by moving west, where it's warm and the air is clean and dry and there is sunshine every day. That is your best chance to fully recover.
And what if you never sing or dance again?
I can sing and dance anywhere I want.
I mean, for an audience, for a crowd.
Blanche pauses and looks away. She can't answer this. She can't even face this thought.
See? You can't leave the show. It might save me, but it will kill you.
So what am I supposed to do? Just say goodbye and go dance and sing every night and leave you alone in some place where you might get better, but you might die too?
Yes.
But
No buts.
Blanche just stares at Bill. She can't speak. Lights shift. Scene 9. Claire is in the dressing room getting ready for the show. Blanche enters. She looks awful. It is clear that she has been crying.
Hey, hon. What's going on? You look terrible.
oh, nothing. I'll be fine. I just need to get into makeup.
Oh, no, you don't. Spill it. You have a smile on your face every day. Now, what has you all upset?
It's Bill.
Your husband? You said he was wonderful. What did he do? Is he cheating?
Blanche starts to cry again.
That idiot. How could a man think he could do any better than you? Can't he see he's married to an angel? I'll cut his thing off, I swear it. How dare he fool around on you?
No. Bill's not cheating. He loves me. He'd do anything for me.
Then what's the problem? Why the tears?
Bill's sick. Real sick. He's got tuberculosis.
Oh, hon. What are you going to do?
I don't know. The doctor says his best chance to recover is to go west, where it's warm and dry and there's fresh air. Bill wants to go to a sanatorium to recover.
What about the show?
He wants me to stay here. He'll go away to recover, and I'll stay here and keep singing and dancing and following my dreams.
Okay then. Seems like you have it all worked out. He knows you can't walk away from the show. You've just hit the big time. So he goes away till he's better and all is fine. Why the tears?
It's not that easy. Bill might not get better. He could die. He could be dead in a year, and if he leaves and I stay here, I may never see him again. I may give up the last bit of time I have to spend with him.
But if he doesn't get better, then all the more reason why you shouldn't walk away from your dreams and your career. How would you feel if you left and then he died and you had nothing?
I don't know.
He's right. He should go and try to get better, and you should stay and keep living your life.
But what if he dies and I could have spent that time with him? It would be time I could never get back, time we could be together.
If he doesn't get better, he's gonna get worse, and you would be his nursemaid, not his wife. You want to spend the last days you have with him nursing him and watching him die?
I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. I just have this feeling in my gut that if I let him leave without me, then I'll never see him again. I can't explain it. But I would rather have to watch him die and have even one more day with him than to never see him again. The thought of life without him doesn't feel like living at all.
And a life without singing and dancing? What about that?
That doesn't seem like much of a life either.
We better get ready now. I'm sure the right answer will come to you.
Claire hugs Blanche. Lights shift. Scene 10. The flat. One lamp is on and Bill sits in a chair reading. He is tired, but trying to wait up for Blanche. Blanche enters.
Hey, you. You're still up.
I was waiting for you to get home. How was the show?
Okay.
Just okay?
Yeah.
Silence. Blanche stands near the door, then after a moment crosses to Bill.
We should talk.
I don't know what there is to talk about. I'm going and you're staying, and that is what makes sense.
But
No, but we have talked about it and talked about it.
I gave my notice. My last show is 2 weeks from tonight. That gives Mr. Ziegfeld time to find a replacement and for her to learn the part.
He stares at her in disbelief. He drops his head as tears begin to roll down his cheek.
Blanche, my darling, what have you done?
She looks at him. Seeing him so sick and sad is torture to her. She lifts his chin, so he has to look at her.
I made a choice. I'm choosing us. It became so clear while I was on stage tonight. This life means nothing if I can't come home to you each night. I'm choosing a future with my husband and my best friend in it.
You can't do this. Well, what about the show? Your dreams?
I know. It's going to be hard, but I want to go with you. I promise to love you in sickness and in health.
You can love me and not go with me.
If I never get to sing and dance for a crowd again, it will be worth it if you just get better.
Blanche, what if I don't?
We're not going to talk about that. It's not an option. You are going to recover. We are going to move to Palm Springs, California, and you will get better. We always said we wanted to travel and see the world.
But we always talked about Paris and Rome, not the Wild West.
Well, it will still be an adventure.
Someday I'm going to learn that there is no use in arguing with you once you get your mind set on something.
No, there's not. And someday you are going to learn that it's because I'm always right.
She grins at him and winks. Bill takes her hands and smiles at her.
Well, I guess we better start packing and planning.
Blanche pulls him to his feet and crosses to the bed.
Yes, but not tonight. Tonight, I just need you to hold me and tell me everything will be okay.
He sits on the bed and looks at her. Then he pulls her into his arms and holds her tightly and kisses her forehead. Lights out. Scene 11. Lights up on Bill, sitting in a theater seat. We hear the first few notes of Sunshine and Shadow. Then, from offstage, we hear Blanche singing the first few lines of the song. Offstage, heard through the mic or recording, not seen, we are watching Bill's reaction.
Sunshine and shadows, I'm happy and blue. Happy when you're near me, blue when you're away. Loving you sincerely, more and more each day.
Song fades as Blanche appears behind Bill. She is in her costume for the show. Bill freezes with a smile and look of pride on his face.
2 weeks later, I gave my final performance with Ziegfeld Follies on Broadway. The house was packed and the crowd was electric. Bill sat front row center stage. I could see him every time I came on stage. He looked so happy and proud. It was a magical performance that night. When I finished singing Sunshine and Shadows, the whole crowd jumped to their feet, and there was Bill, right in the middle of them, clapping his hands. My eyes were locked on his, and his on mine. I'd never felt so completely happy and horribly sad. as I did in that moment. I wanted to jump up and down and fall to my knees sobbing all at the same time. I knew I might never perform again. I left a piece of my heart on the stage that night. Bill walked me home after the show. He knew it was hard for me, but there was no way he could truly understand. When we got home, Bill surprised me with a chilled bottle of champagne. I'm not sure where he got it or what he had to pay for it because of prohibition, but Bill said this was a special occasion and it was worth it. We drank and danced in our room until the wee hours of the morning. This would be one of our last nights in New York City.
Lights fade. Scene 12. Lights up on the apartment. Blanche and Bill are packing.
It seems like yesterday that we rented this little flat. God, I was so full of dreams that day. All I wanted in the world was to dance all day and make love to you all night.
That's about all we did for the first few months we lived here.
I always thought that when we left this place, it would be to move into a grand house and start a family. But now we're packing up and leaving, and I don't know where to.
Maybe we will find us a grand house out west.
I'm afraid.
We can change our minds and stay.
No, I'm not afraid to go. I'm afraid of what happens if you die.
Let's try not to think about that yet. You told me dying wasn't an option.
I worry that if you die after I've given up everything, that I'll hate you.
You won't.
But I might. You don't know. And then you'd be gone and I'd have nothing but hate in my heart.
My sister has a dog, and she loves that little thing.
What?
You could get a dog if anything happens to me and name it after me, and it can sleep next to you and keep you warm at night and follow you around and keep you company during the day.
Yes, that'll be the same. My husband dies of tuberculosis and I'll just get a dog and life will be better than before.
Hey, he'll adore you and never argue with you. You'll always be right.
I am always right.
They laugh harder. Then they are laughing so hard that they're rolling on the floor. They look at each other. They stop laughing and are lost in each other. He kisses her. The kiss is gentle at first, but quickly becomes more passionate. He kisses down her neck and reaches up and pulls the scarf that is holding her hair back off her head, and her hair falls down her back. They kiss deeply and intensely. Then the clock strikes 6 p.m. and startles them back to reality.
We have to be done packing in 2 hours. The landlady will be by to get the keys.
I got us a room at the plaza for tonight. I thought our last night in the city should be in style. We should air this place out before the landlady comes.
I'll open the window.
Blanche unlocks and opens the window and breathes in the cool evening air. She turns to Bill.
Will you make me a promise?
I would do anything for you.
Promise you'll do everything you can to get better.
Yes, I promise.
This has been part 2 of the Lake Dillon Theatre Company's online staged reading of House of Rocks by Melissa Livingston. Watch part 3 on Wednesday, May 6th, right here on our YouTube channel for the Lake Dillon Theatre Company, or at lakedillontheatre.org. Part 4 will be an online guided discussion with the Lake Dillon Theatre Company staff, the playwright, and the cast of this virtual production, released on Saturday, May 9th. If you'd like to take part in this online talkback, please leave your questions or comments and thoughts on the play in the comments section below, or email us at questions@lakedillontheatre.org. Don't forget to subscribe and check out www.lakedillontheatre.org for all of our online content.